Yes, I know new Intel CPUs are supposedly coming soon, but still, investing in a new Z790 motherboard right now isn't the dumbest thing in the world, so you may as well do it with the ASRock Z790 PG Lightning, which right now will cost you just $200. So what do you get for that price? Well, starting off with the CPU power delivery, here you get a 14+1+1 VRM configuration, rated at a maximum of 50 amps. And while it isn't the most impressive thing in the world, it's definitely more than enough for most people, especially when combined with two full 8 pins for CPU power. Meaning that the average Joe really shouldn't care about this and only really matters if you're a hardcore overclocker. However, when it comes to the PC expansion, this motherboard's kind of stacked. Starting off, it does have a primary PCIe Gen 5 slot, an additional Gen 4 16X slot that's actually just 4X electrically, and to top things off, 3 PCIe Gen 3 1X slots for the expansion cards that are less than average in size. And the storage is also surprisingly good, with 4 Gen 4 M.2 slots, and that's way too many numbers. And sure, while the 4 SATA connectors are a bit disappointing, let's be honest, people buying such a budget motherboard aren't going to be putting in that many drives in it. Finally, when it comes to rear I.O., well, it's the usual ASRock mishmash. The I.O. is almost always all over the place, and this is no exception, with 7 USB Type-A ports, with one of them awkwardly being USB Gen 2, while all the other ones are 5 gigabits or faster. Apart from that, you do have a 20 gigabit USB Type-C port, pretty normal this generation. You also get integrated HDMI, but no DisplayPort. PS2, which I'm sure is going to make one or two people out there very happy, plus 2.5 gig Ethernet, and while it doesn't have Wi-Fi built in, it does have spots for Wi-Fi antennas if you want to add your own. And finally, audio-wise, it has 3 audio jacks and no split of option. And in fact, the audio is probably the worst aspect of this motherboard in general, not just because of the I.O. at the back, but because it's also running off the aging ALC A97 codec. Meaning that overall, apart from that audio, it's still a pretty fantastic motherboard for the price. And looks-wise, it's also just fine. I mean, there's definitely more gaudy ASRock motherboards out there, so if you want to get it yourself, then Amazon and Newegg links to it will be up in iCards and down in the video description below, where you'll also find a Patreon, because that is always a fantastic deal. Plus huge thanks to Gavin Burns, Justin Rage, Ella Ronyak, Dev Panda, Baraj Vulcan, and the pseudonym Meg Sumner, Shane Woolcroft, Lansby, and Level Up. But anyway, that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye everyone, goodbye.